as I understand it, you've coached a lot of people in doing this type of EFT therapy. Now, there's a lot of directions we can go in, but I'm actually quite interested in the tapping and how it relates to productivity because it's something that we all still want. We want to be more productive in less time, and while we shouldn't prioritize that exclusively as a goal, I think it is relevant. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of issues with either perfectionism or other productivity related issues. I'm wondering if you have a specific example or story that you recall and what the situation was and how EFT helped that person.
Wow. Almost every day, I have amazing
Mm,
experiences with people. I'm wondering, can we do an experience for the audience with tapping?
sure.
I can tell stories, but I would much rather if that's something you wanna
Yeah.
do.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Alright. So, is there something in particular, like 1 or 2 things that you would say that you might have identified as a challenge to productivity?
I think often the biggest one for me is this feeling of always wanting to do and know what I want to do, but then feeling kind of powerless and feeling like it's hard to always muster the willpower or the discipline in order to accomplish that thing. Because I feel like I need to accomplish that thing in order to feel happy and content with myself.
Okay. So, we're gonna acknowledge that, and we'll start at the eyebrow, and everybody can follow along, and the eyebrow is on either side of the face, starting where one of the eyebrows starts. So, it's down a little lower. There you go. Alright. I put a lot of pressure on myself to produce, and
I
you
put a
repeat
lot of
after
pressure
me.
on myself to produce.
Side of the eye. I have a hard time getting myself going.
I have a hard time getting myself going.
And then under the eye, which is like under the pupil, it's hard for me to do what I think I wanna do.
It's hard for me to do what I think I want to do.
Under the nose. Something is holding me back from what I know I want to do.
Something is holding me back from what I know I want to do.
Chin. I don't understand why I just can't pull it together.
I don't understand why I just can't pull it together.
And then collarbone, which is just under the collarbone. It's really hard for me to be productive sometimes.
It's really hard for me to be productive sometimes.
And then under the arm, which would be about 4 inches under the armpit, I would love to be more productive.
I would love to be more productive.
Top ahead. I'm not sure how to do that.
I'm not sure how to do that.
And then take a big breath. Any thoughts or feelings come up?
Yeah, that reminded me certainly how I felt because in some ways it's like they say that a good therapist they don't give the right answers, they ask the right questions. And I think even with EFT, I find that it's more or less an acknowledgement of your underlying feelings. Things that I think we tend to push away, we tend to distract ourselves. We go on social media and we're not really allowing ourselves that time to really process our emotions on a regular basis. And I think that's where EFT allows you to do that. I think that's incredible.
I agree. And I think that as you'll see, I want to do one more round of tapping so you can experience what possibility thinking is because we don't know what we don't know. And we need to teach the brain a different way, more expanded way to function. And so that's like one of the biggest pieces of the work that I do. So can we jump into that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So we'll start back at the eyebrow. Maybe I'd be more productive if I got more sleep.
Maybe I'd be more productive if I got more sleep.
Side of the eye. It's possible that I'd be more productive if I relaxed more.
It's possible I'd be more productive if I relaxed more.
Under the eye. I might be more productive if I put less pressure on myself.
I might be more productive if I put less pressure on myself.
I wonder if I'd be more productive if I expected to be productive.
I wonder if I'd be more productive if I expected to be productive.
Chin. Maybe there's an easier way to do what I want to do.
Maybe there's an easier way to do what I want to do.
It's possible that I don't feel comfortable doing what I want to do.
It's possible I don't feel comfortable doing what I want to do.
Underarm. I wonder what I could do differently.
I wonder what I could do differently.
Top ahead. Because I really do want to do some things.
Because I really do want to do some things.
And take a breath. What came up for you?
The feeling of wanting to respond as a podcast host, but then also knowing that by analyzing every time that maybe I'm judging myself for this, and perhaps that's where this is coming from, but feeling like it's trying to answer in a way that I don't naturally compute because I think so analytically about things that I want to analyze this in conversation about how I kind of felt. But I'm not sure if that's what you're asking me to do or to tell you like what part of my body feels something and what I feel.
Well, if you had a thought or a feeling, if it stirred up something and you feel, let's say, more, you might feel more anxious or stressed, like, oh my gosh, like there's something here that you resonate with, and like, okay, I got to address that, could produce some anxiety or stress. Or you might feel calmer. A lot of times when I introduce possibilities, people feel calmer because I've just introduced like 8 things that are possible when generally as humans, we think in contrast, like black and white, yes or no. There's 2 possibilities. Or maybe we've been raised like there's only one way to do it and you're going to do it my way.